It is Top 5 Wednesday once again. This week's Top 5 Wednesday, Top 5 favorite creepy settings.
Because it's Halloween!
Ooh. And immediately off the top of my head when she was telling me about this list, I was like, Ikea! Because we were recently in Ikea and we were kind of wandering around and we're like, this is kind of creepy.
Yeah, you know, the more you think about it, it's very creepy because it's very fake. And it's like trying to sell you a life. You know, it's not selling you furniture, it's selling you a lifestyle. Like, don't you see yourself in this room that we've set up?
And then it walks you through this maze and it's like, you will be a different person by the time you get out.
There was this Tumblr post that I saw and it's always stuck with me, and it's kind of in the style of Night Vale. It's no one ever is hired at Ikea. You get lost and then one day you look down and your shirt is blue and you have a yellow name tag and you're stuck there forever. And I'm like, yeah.
Sounds about right.
And I mean, there is a book called Horror Store. That book is shaped like an Ikea catalog and it takes place in a store that is Ikea but not actually Ikea, and I really want to read it because it sounds like it would be right up my alley.
And yeah, I really think it's an honest to God creepy setting.
And there is an Ikea commercial, I think it's a Chinese Ikea commercial, based off of The Shining.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Next on our list is creepy towns, and this could be, you know, a creepy town that is run by a cult or no cult, or have an influx of scarecrows, could be isolated. You can do a lot with a small town.
Yeah, you say small town and everybody's got their own version of that horror story. Small town and you're like, everybody's in everybody's business and somebody knows too much.
Some big town secret, like in The Replacements or Hex, or it could be Children of the Corn or Wicker Man. Like, there's so many ways you can take the small town and make it terrifying.
It could even just be like there's a serial killer running around this tiny small town and it could be someone you know. And I feel like half of these stories are true in some form or another.
Next on the list kind of, in a way, ties into small towns. Not really though. It is fairgrounds. And this can be an abandoned fairground or not. There's something creepy about carnivals. And I guess it's because we were talking, a bunch of strangers pull into town and they set up this kind of like not town outside of your town. And people wearing creepy masks and clowns. You don't know who they are.
And it's a space where different things are supposed to happen. Weird things are supposed to happen at the carnival.
It's a liminal space. You've exited reality and entered this different world where it's slightly artificial, and having spent a lot of time in carnivals, I totally get that. It is a completely different world down there. And so it makes sense that it gets tied into a lot of horror stories. And if you're looking for a good horror story about a carnival, watch HBO's Carnival because it is creepy as fuck and I love it.
Next on our list are spaceships, and also possibly dead spaceships. You know, the ones that are just floating through space and you happen to encounter them and something has gone wrong but you can't figure out for the life of you what the fuck it is until it eats you.
This is one of my biggest fears, and like
that you're gonna be on a spaceship?
Where you're on a spaceship and you can't go outside but there's something in the ship that's killing you. You're underwater and you can't get outside because you'll die, but there's something that's killing you. Like, that's why I avoided reading The Martian for so long, because he's on Mars, he has this little habitat and the outside is going to kill him. Like, it's my ultimate fear. It is the episode of the season I will always skip because I can't deal with it.
When you say like dead ship, I think like Reavers from Firefly, and I'm just like, no, can't deal with that.
Because you don't know what's going to happen out in space. Like, you know, you stare into the void and the void stares back at you and you change.
Not good.
No.
Yeah. So it's an automatically creepy situation when you're on a spaceship or you're on a dead ship. Next on the list is medical facilities of dubious nature.
So this could be an abandoned insane asylum, or, you know, something more MKUltra-y.
Where, yeah, you know, like there are creepy experiments going on. You're like, this is not legit, my friend.
Like in The Girl with All the Gifts.
That movie was creepy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so automatically you're just kind of on edge when you enter an abandoned medical facility because even if it's just fucking ghosts, it's creepy.
It's probably one of the best episodes of Supernatural when they go to, I think it's just called Asylum.
I still have not gotten to that episode.
Yeah, it's good. It's creepy.
And I realize it's probably in the first season.
And last on the list is Nuclear Wastelands with zombies or mutants or no one.
Whenever you see those pictures of like abandoned places in Chernobyl and you're like, if I set foot there, I would die immediately. Radiation poisoning, and you're looking at this and you're just like, holy crap, this is just land that now has to go to seed because there is nothing you can do about it.
When you suggested this one, I automatically thought of The Road, the Cormac McCarthy book, where it's just the father and the son, and they're just walking through this wasteland of nothingness, and there's just nothing out there for them to survive off of. It's just dread. Like, that's what makes it. It's just dread and hopelessness, and it just gets you, and it's messed up.
You automatically have a great opportunity to have an amazing story in like a nuclear wasteland. So freaking terrifying. That was our list of spooky places that we find really creepy.
I'm glad we got through this entire list without adding graveyards to our list.
I know, right? I thought about it, I'm like, no, not really. Not really that creepy to me. But anyways, tell us what you think. What have we missed? Because I'm sure there's a lot. Bye, guys.